Fever, away!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Welcome back to Critscast for day 2 of our Locked and Loaded tournament, number 2, powered by GGtoor.
Got our first of the quarterfinal matches being covered here. It's Global Clan EU versus Ora Elektro. It's going to be a best of 3.
Yeah, this game was one of the ones that I was looking forward to seeing, actually. Of course, on the side of Global Clan, we have Ixie, Flick, Mathers, Charlie, Dagger, and Doey. On Ora Elektro, we have Nevo, Amrock, Rons, Azunis, Eames, and Juxta. If we look over to the groups now, we can see that they were in different groups to begin with, so they haven't had a lot of game time against each other other than probably scrims. Global Clan in group number 1. Yeah, if we fly ourselves over to the bracket real quick, we can also notice that the Czechs are forfeited to Nerd Rage very well, and the Wolfpack have done the same. Right, but we're going to move over to Picks and Bans and actually talk about the game that we're going to be casting. We've got Sunshine being the pickup alongside Granary. Global Clan did a very nice showing on Granary against us. They showed us a hole in the ground that we didn't want to be in. Global Clan also going to be banning out Gullywash, Snakewater, and Process, the only map that anyone ever plays as the decider.
The French used to ban Reckoner. I thought that was their stomping ground, but obviously not feeling the oats today.
We managed to get most of the players in the server, so we will be going live relatively soon. Now, we've got 6 in, and everyone's readied up, so we are making our way into our first game. It's going to be CP Sunshine in this best of 3 in the quarterfinals of the playoffs bracket as we're making our way to mid. I'm going to be watching Dagger on this first mid, making his way all the way over to that pack. Going to be grabbing out that pack from Flowers, and he's going to be heading into mid. Just going to be throwing a few stickies across this mid nice and early. Going to be chucking them towards that choke point, landing onto a soldier, getting a few tags off nice and early on, and it's going to be Eames just reflecting that. They're going to be mirroring each other on this mid, standard stuff. As you see the first body come through, just going to be a little nice stakey all the way around. Charlie's going to be jumping away onto that clock tower as well. Global Clan is going to be moving forwards. In fact, Ixie's going to be taking that high ground now a little bit isolated. Going to move back for the rest of his team. Ron's just going to be going onto that high ground, jumping away, just trying to bait a few bombs. Get the double bomb now coming in from Global Clan. Charlie gets him first, and he's the first to die. Ron's picking up that frag. Eames going down to Ixie though, so Ixie runs across the point, getting that crucial Demo Man pick. And now we've got Juxta being forced into a corner. Nice shot from Mathers onto Azunis to take him down, but it is going to be the rest of the team trying to get out here through their own Flowers, and they do manage to do so. Global Clan picking up that first mid.
Yeah, that was a bit of a slip up from Ora Elektro. They sort of bombed Azunis round to try and make a bit of space, but just ended up sort of being taken out of the fight almost immediately and just got completely crunched by Global Clan EU as they're rolling straight into second. Uber is popped by Ora Elektro. They're charging forward. Look like a bit of a force out of Juxta. They're trying to get in onto Zoe. Amarok, the last talisman, doesn't manage to pull it off, so Global Clan EU going to be able to convert this second as well.
Nice hold there from Doey to not use out that Uber charge. Stickies are currently on point, being cleared off by Ixie, and they are going to be making their way into lobby nice and early. They don't want Nevo to get that sentry gun set up. It is currently being built on that right-hand side, so going to be trying to set up some kind of defense as it is getting spammed out. They do pop this Uber through the left-hand side. They're going to be bombing all the way over to it. The sentry gun goes down immediately. Also picking up Eames with the start of the Uber. Amrock nearly does the shutdown, but manages to get the bandy bind off as we get a pause immediately. It looked very even for a long time, and it looked like Global Clan were going to be on the back foot after. Never mind, I'm going live again. So we are going in. The soldiers bomber towards the point. They are going to be able to block this one out. Mathers going down there. Flick also dying, but they are managing to get some kind of defense going. But Dagger's coming in. Big damage on the point here. They've got Charlie trying to clear up as much as he can, but Dagger eventually goes down to a nice rocket from Rons, and they are going to be able to defend that point there. Amarok getting healed up as well by his medic, and they're going to be making their way back into second.
Yeah, it looked really hairy for Global Clan. I think maybe they stacked too many players onto the point too soon. There were 3 Ora Elektro players just stacked on there, and instead of just taking those frags, they decided to just sort of charge in, guns blazing, and it just did not pay off for them. So first opportunity squandered, but there's a lot of time for more. There's 27.5 minutes left in this first map. Mons is going in deep, trying to make some room for his team now.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to be holding on top of that cafe area, just attracting all of the damage towards him. Very good job of just collecting the damage so the rest of his team can get in cleanly. And then managing to do so. Ixie in the forward spawn is going to be back spawning there, going all the way back to the previous spawn. He's going to be sitting on the scout class though, not on the sniper class, as the mid capture is about to go through, and they're going to be running all the way through this cafe area. Eames nearly dies, in fact, coming through there. Does get an arrow from Juxta to keep him alive. Ixie's just going to be peeking on that shutter door now. He is, in fact, on sniper, so he will be peeking and jiving around there. He does eventually swap off and goes back to last. The Ubers are going to be roughly evening out now as they do claim second.
That was pretty impressive out of Oro. They managed to convert 3 points off of a single Uber ad, which I think is pretty good going. Doey is up on the Uber now. Global Clan EU, I think, perhaps a bit too eager to back out of those points there. They definitely could have put a bit more of a contest, delayed them a bit more. But now they're just sat on last here as Azunis tries again with the sack taken down by Ixie in the gun.
Yeah, looks like Charlie's going to be pressuring this top side, but Amarok there just going to meat shot him down. Ron's also getting cleaned up there by Mathez in the right-hand side, so trying to make a play onto Doey most likely, and doesn't quite find the space for it. So 2 down for the side of Ora Elektro. They do collect 1 spawner. Ron's on a very short spawner as well, so Ixie's just going to be peeking passively from this top left area, going to now try and swing his way in to land that shot onto the medic, but good positioning here from Juxta in that no headshot position, not going to be able to find anything.
Yeah, Global Clan EU, they were sort of poising themselves for a little bit of a push out there, but they foul out Ora Elektro and they realised that their sort of setup on second was not worth the risk of pushing out here. They are very much on the back foot, Global Clan EU, in holding last. It's a very volatile point, but Ora Elektro, they can afford to concede a little bit, so I'm definitely going to be able to push in here with a level of confidence as trying to feel out the gun. Global Clan EU have a pretty solid setup on this upper side here. Sentry and Charlie spamming huge into the lobby area now.
Yeah, where Flick has his gun, that's the perfect gun spot. Like, having your demo on the right-hand side has been seen to be much more effective because you've got this very short angle that they have to peek. So they've got to walk around the corner, and by the time they get around it, they've been hit by a rocket, they've been hit by a bit of sentry gun, and they're not feeling too good. It's very hard to peek that angle onto that sentry gun that they've got set up there. So they need to find a different angle to get in on this. But Dagger holding on that right-hand side, kind of locking it down, being able to see down to lower. It's a very, very nice hold. It's very, very Snake Water-esque where you get that sentry gun in the middle of the point.
Yeah, certainly. So you can do a really stellar job of denying those sacks, and they've just had to force Ora Elektro to just use straight in. They do get the gun down, but no frags converted just yet. Global Clan doing an excellent job of rotating to the other side of that point. Unfortunately, unable to get the force out of Global Clan. So Ora Elektro on this second, full disadvantage, but they are 6 up.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be heading in with this Uber advantage. They're going to make their way through dungeon. No one has managed to spot them yet. They haven't been spotted by Nevo, and the call has been made. Ron's on the high ground there. Not going to be able to find anything, unfortunately, onto the medic of Doey. Still sitting on that low ground. We are seeing the soldiers now come forwards, and they've got good damages. They managed to kill off Flick, so 1 down is not the position you want to be in if you're Global Clan. And they could threaten for a back cap, but they do pop out this Uber charge, and they're not going to find anything with it. It looks like Dagger trying to go towards the choke, but Juxta with the schmoves is going to be able to escape there. Matha's going down as well, so they are losing players. Juxta is about to get his Uber charge, so it looks like Ora Elektro are going to get nice and aggressive now. Ron's already bombing forward onto Charlie just to force him all the way back. And he's going to have to go back towards that high ground now, and Juxta with his full Uber going to be looking to make his way back in towards second anytime soon.
Yeah, Ora Elektro have conceded a point, but they are very much on the front foot with this Uber charge. Rons is just trying to bully Global Clan EU out here, and it seems to have been with a degree of success. Global Clan lagging 50% behind in terms of Uber as they sort of drag their knuckles back to last, trying to scramble for some defenses. They are bringing up the sniper, but the Uber comes straight in for Ora Elektro.
Yeah, looks like Mathez there, very weak in lobby. Does eventually get cleaned up there. They're going to be moving this Uber across all the way. Nice run from Rons in towards the combo. Doey gets insanely weak. They do try and clean up as much as they can, but they can't quite find the frags. Juxta, however, still alive. Nearly gets an arrow onto Doey there. That was so squeaky bum time for Doey. Nearly dying to that arrow. He's going to be able to retain that Uber charge, though. Nice moves from Juxta, though. And he does manage to just get nice from the scattergun shot in towards Cafe. Juxta, nice moves from him.
Juxta handed the title of Mr. Mover, and that was really good. It looked like he was in a really tough spot there. Global Clan EU were just ready to completely collapse in on him. So yeah, he's managed to sort of level the tables a bit. They are sitting on a 40% disad here as they're on this mid. Global Clan EU pressuring through Cafe now.
It looks like they're going to be trying to bust their way in, and they are managing to find a lot of room here with that Uber advantage. They've managed to get 20% left for Juxta to build out before he gets his own, so it looks like they are going to be able to set up a second hold, unless Global Clan have anything to say about it in the next 0.1 seconds, but unfortunately they're not, and they're going to manage to pick up this mid, and it looks like we're going to be in for a bit of a stalemate, so everyone fasten your seatbelts, get ready for it.
Yes, it does appear to be the case. Saw a couple of round resets yesterday, which was an exciting one.
Oh boy!
Ora Elektro are set up on this second now. Both teams on equals, so of course Global Clan can afford to send a few sack waves in, try and feel it out, try and get in onto Juxta. Zamafi was quite volatile on the other day, and Charlie does come straight in with that. It's a nice couple of rockets on Eames, but Matez decides to commit in for the medic instead, and the damage just wasn't there. So Uber going to be maintained by Ora Elektro. They are 2 players up as well as they're meandering their way into Cafe.
Yeah, 9 seconds until they get their forward spawns on these soldiers there. Looks like they're probably going to take an Uber trade here. Zunis does go down, but Flick goes down as a trade there. Good damage from Dagger in towards this choke, landing tons of damage onto Ron. He gets taken down. Eames is far too far. Oh no!
No!
Juxta drops Uber. That's so unfortunate there. He just gets killed off. Eames also dying, and this is going to be great for Global Clan EU. They're just going to roll it all the way forwards now. Neva's going to be escaping out towards last. There is luckily decently short respawners for the side of Ora Elektro, but they're not going to have Eames up in time for this push that comes in. They try and crit hill as many players as they can. The cap is about to go through on second. It does. They're sticking off the point already. Dagger's going to be moving forwards here. Dex is sticking on himself for no reason whatsoever. Doe pops out as Ubercharge right now, and Dagger is going to be moving across the left-hand side with Mathez, just trying to box these players in spawn. Ron's going to be moving across now. Cat's down on the point, and Doe is just going to stand on it, and that's going to cap it out there. It's going to be 1-0 to the side of Global Clan.
Yeah, it was a bit of a disastrous mid-push there from Oro. It looked like Rons and Amarok were just isolated independently there, just out of the grasp of the beam, and Juxta dropping as well. Unfortunately, did seal the deal there, and then they just got completely disassembled on last with the Uber advantage. Global Clan EU just really rolling with that advantage, and I can imagine they're riding high coming into this second mid now. There are 20 minutes left in this first map of the best of one. It is Sunshine, and we have got the demos just exchanging spam right at the start here.
Yeah, Juxta's going to be moving in, does eat a lot of spam very early on. It's insanely weak, he just dies to a sticky bomb from Dagger there. So the mega spam coming out, Ian's just going to be looking to bomb all the way from this medic. They just want to get on top of Doey and kill him off. He does get super weak, but nice shots there coming out from the scouts. And Mathis to defend Doey there. He does pick up a pack and manages to survive. It's going to be a wipe from the side of Ora Elektro.
Yeah, Ora Elektro looked like they wanted to really sort of start that one off with a bang. They decided to coordinate a bomb of two of their players. Matez and Dagger particularly did an excellent job of shutting them down. They just did not get away with any frags whatsoever on Global Clan, in spite of dealing huge explosive damage right at the start of that mid. So Ora Elektro have been resigned to a last hold here. They're scrambling for their defenses. They're at 80% disad. And Zunis is just trading with Charlie.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to set up the sentry gun, and they have got the flare gun pyre on the left-hand side. You've got to respect the flare gun pyre every time you see it. Looks like they are setting up here for a top left push. Everyone's getting buffed up. They are buffed as they bomb Dagger in. The sentry gun goes up, and it gets taken down immediately by Dagger. Nice sticky sink onto that gun to take it down. Looks like there are stickies currently on point, but Flick is just edging that point. Soldier Bomb comes in from Rons just to block that point for as long as he can, and he is super weak now. He's going to nearly get kicked up in the shelter. Captain comes through from Ixie, and very standard stuff there from a full ad push.
Yeah, Global Clan EU, they just didn't let Ora Elektro get away with anything to sort of salvage that. We've seen before Rons and Azunis just like sort of batting about, jumping about on last, trying to distract the Uber, but Global Clan EU are playing the point really well, baiting them in at just the right times and converting the frags. They're not getting greedy, they're not going overzealous, and it's working for them pretty solidly as they're 2 rounds up now.
Nice fast rollout here coming out from the soldier of Azunis there. Going to be making his way. Nice spam coming out into that choke already here as they come in towards this mid. Global Clan is just going to be posted up once again, mirroring on the enemy cafe side. As one comes through onto Charlie, who just gets launched. Azunis there getting airshot by Charlie, chucked in the skybox and gets cleaned up with the scattergun and Flick. And Mathez now on this tower, just going to be trying to defend that high ground for as long as he can. Once the team cuts across on that left-hand side, and they're going to be able to move all the way forwards here in towards Juxta. They clean him up pretty much immediately. Good crunch here coming out the side of Global Clan EU, pushing them all in towards their flowers. Very nice maneuvers there from the side of Global Clan.
Their focus fire just seems second to none. They're doing a really good job of just shutting down all of Ora Elektro's aggression. Every time one of their soldiers attempts to make space, which they do so excellently normally, it's just being completely shafted at every turn. And we're seeing them in a very similar position we saw them last time. Full Uber advantage, mounting a push in this lobby area. I can imagine they're going to look to replicate their former success. Ora Elektro seemingly mixing it up a bit with their positioning on this time around, though.
It looks like they're going to take the Uber into the left-hand side because the gun is going up on the left, and they just want to clean it up pretty much immediately. Although Dagger's getting tracked around by the sentry gun. The sentry gun is still alive, and Amrock just defending it away from the rockets, and they're not able to fire anything. Ixie in fact going down. They do clean up Rons as well, but 2 players going down, Mathez and Flick, eventually dying. Global Clan going to have to get the hell out of here. And Dagger getting juggled by that sentry gun meant they could do nothing against that gun.
Yeah, it looked like Neva was channeling his inner Sigafu there on that last, managed to keep it up for the entire time and just occupy so much of that Uber. And in the chaos, Global Clan EU managed to lose 3 of their players, so going to be a pretty comfortable push out for Ora Elektro. They're 10% away from Uber. Again, opting for a cafe push. It's not worked for them too well in the past, especially with the aggression out of Global Clan. And Mataz is straight in there, does get taken down by Rons.
Nice hold there again from Juxta. He didn't use that Uber charge very wisely and is managing to survive very well in this game. I think Juxta's got a lot of pressure on his shoulder. I believe this is like his Premiership debut. So he's doing very, very well transitioning into the Premiership scene as a big jump. Charlie coming in for the bomb here, just getting launched in that skybox there. Doesn't get anything off the Juxta. Ron's with a very nice body block onto that rocket. And Dagger is way too far forward. He's getting bombed now, and Amarok and Ron's managed to pick up that frag together onto him as Ron's eventually going down, but he did commit for that demo frag, so it was worth it. Dowie now has full Uber though, and they're going to have to take this trade on point from the low ground, and they're going to be moving up onto this point. Dowie's going to be weak on the post Uber. Eames now receiving a flash just to get buffed up. They're going to be sticking out that area on lower. Dowie getting juggled in the door, and it's so weak, gets taken down by Amarok in the doorway. That is going to mean that the medic is dead. No heals to the side of Global Clan for the time being, as the slash push looks like it's going to come to fruition.
Yeah, really solid Amarok to identify that. Does manage to get the frag. Dowie is going to be down for 10 seconds, so no bust for Global Clan EU. As Ora Elektro are piling in now.
Yeah, looks like they're going to be heading in. Amarok just taking that 1v1 with Charlie on the left-hand side, being supported by his men. They lose Eames and Amarok. So they're going to back out here and opt to play the Uber advantage instead. If you manage to clean up Ixie, who tries to get a cheeky frag onto Juxta, but couldn't quite find anything. Charlie also going in for a sack. Can't find anything at all, and it looks like they're in a situation now where Global Clan don't have any players alive, but losing Nevo there is going to probably call off this push. But Juxta coming up to 90% Uber charge. Going to open up some opportunities here.
Yeah, it looked like they sort of failed to recognise the spawners coming out of Global Clan, and they lost a lot of numbers out of that, but they kept the all-important player alive, which is Juxta, and just enough of them alive to mean they can sort of have another crack at the egg here as Eames bombs straight in, but denied by a sniper shot.
Lovely body shot there from Ixie just to deny that space. But they are moving all the way across on this left-hand side. This is a classic. We just want to get frags on the Super as they find Dowie pretty much immediately. Math is going down as well. Looks like Eames going down, but it's just Amarok left in a 1v2. He's got decent health, so he can take this one. And it looks like Ixie on the point now. Going to be taking this fight. Nice rocket there from Charlie. Just hits Amarok directly in the face. Amarok too weak. Ixie manages to get the cleanup, dominating now onto Amarok.
That was pretty huge out of Charlie and Mathes. They pretty much independently dealt like insane damage to the entirety of Ora Elektro there, and just allowed such excellent cleanup from their scouts. And a nice fight from Dagger takes Ron's down as well, as Global Clan EU are trying to mount a push into second now. Nevo is causing a bit of a ruckus in the lobby area, but he's gonna snake his way out.
They haven't managed to get this cap through. Charlie is going to be jumping for it. Does get it. Dies to the sticky bombs for that capture. And that does mean Flick and Charlie are in the respawn queue for 14 more seconds. So now they've got to try and mount this hold. 3 down with Ixie going to be catching a respawner. And they're going to be heading all the way in here. And we've got Mathes moving around on the left-hand side. Is going to be bombing up here onto Eames. Gets good damage down, but eventually gets cleaned up there. And Azunas manages to die as well somehow. But I didn't notice how. But it's going to be Amarok also dying. Nevo going down. Dowie manages to die as well. So no heals out for the side of Global Clan. Charlie's going to be in as well, trying to get as much damage as he can. Going to be trying to clean up these players here around this point, and they can't quite manage to find it for Ora Elektro, and they're just going to be heading out with Juxta. They've managed to find that Uber advantage somehow. Yeah,
Juxta's been playing really steady. He had a bit of it was unfortunate, he had a bit of a stinky yesterday against Nerd Rage. I believe he dropped 5 times, but he's looking really comfortable here against Global Clan. He's salvaging a lot of situations and surviving when he really shouldn't be. So it's really putting Ora Elektro on the front foot when they shouldn't be. They're again having another crack. They're going to look to look into this last again, but Global Clan EU definitely ready to receive this time around.
Looks like Eames getting weak before the Super's even about to come in. Dowie's only up to 50%, so he's not got anything in the tank yet for this defense, as the bomb comes in from Eames there, getting onto the sentry gun. Does manage to take down that sentry gun pretty much immediately as the swap off comes. Flick is behind them with the heavy and manages to get a ton of damage down very early on. Dowie's getting tracked up in the corner, does get cleaned up eventually though, and the rest of these red players are going to be struggling to get all the rest of these frags in. Charlie on the top left hand side is going to be managing to take down as many players as he can. The heavy eventually goes down from Ixie, and Charlie can no longer defend this point. It's going to be 2-1. Looks like Ora Elektro getting their name on the board.
Yeah, Ora Elektro definitely be pleased with that one. It's perhaps a sign of the times what we're going to see in this game. It was pretty good from Global Clan EU to shut them down. There were so many weak players on Ora Elektro, but none of them died. And I'm not sure if you knew, but a 1 HP player can do just as much damage as a 200 HP player. So it just all slipped out of Global Clan EU's hands there as we do roll out into our 4th mid. It is 2-1 in favour of Global Clan.
Dagger getting weak very early on in this mid-fight. Charlie going to be taking that high ground above Cafe, but Ron's there with a nice counter jump just to force him away from that high ground area. Amarok, in fact, going down to long-range spam. Nevo also weak from the spam. And once again, this focus fire that you mentioned previously, Global Clan just so on it today.
They're forming a bit of a ball of death.
Oh my god,
that was insane!
just denies him in the skybox. They are going to be managing to find Juxter and lower, so it doesn't really matter too much, that air shot. But Ron's very nice shot from him. It's going to be making his way up through dungeon, though. He's not done yet. He's going to be bombing up into... Oh my god, Ron! Onto Flick just to clean him up. Oh, that was incredible.
Yeah, just delaying the cap of Global Clan EU, hoping he can get some spawners up. Juxter and Azunis not too far away, but Global Clan EU not looking to slouch about with this Uber charge.
Looks like they're going to be heading all the way in towards this last point right now. They've got one soldier on the point defending it. It's going to be Ixie trying to defend it. The stickies are coming out from Eames onto that point there just to defend it. He does debt his stickies just to kill off a player, and Ixie's just going to stand on the edge of that point there with Doey. And that's going to be 3-1 Global Clan now with 11 minutes left remaining on the clock, looking like they're in the driver's seat for this game.
Certainly so, and with just 11 minutes left, Global Clan EU sought to sort of slow this game down. They could put themselves in a really good spot, but I can imagine Charlie particularly not going to be too contented with that. They're going to want to take more. They're greedy. They want it. And I can imagine the ball of death we've seen on these mids previously is going to come out again on this 5th mid here.
Yeah, Ian's receiving an arrow very early on there. Juxter in a much better position this time around, not taking any damage coming into the mid, but Flick getting absolutely destroyed by these scouts here. But Juxter getting bombed now by Mathis. Mathis with a lovely 2-rocket onto him to take him down. Doey does manage to survive after they lost 3 players, and they just got the hell out of there. So they're going to be able to retain that Uber advantage that they've got there.
Yeah, they have had to give up mid. They're sort of positioning themselves to have a bit of a ruckus on second, with Ora Elektro losing 1 player pretty late there as well. It's going to be made even more comfortable. Darga taking off Rons as well as he tries to get onto Doey, but they knew it was coming. There was no cigar for them today. Ora Elektro are on this midpoint now, not tempting a second push, but Global Clan EU with their player advantage, with their Uber advantage, definitely on the front foot here.
Dagger has now started a war. He taunted an enemy player. It's on. The fire has been lit under Eames' ass, and now we are making our way in towards this mid-fight. And Flick is going to be taking that high ground for his medic just to defend it against any bombs that come in, but it looks like we've got a bit of a fail coming out here from Azunis. Does manage to... Oh no, never mind. He dies in choke. He's dead. He did not manage to escape this mid, as they are going to be able to cap this up. They want to push this Uber advantage, though, in towards second. The spam is already out from the side of Ora Elektro. If they want to get in through this door, it's likely they're going to have to use the supercharge to make that happen. It looks like Juxter's coming up to 90%, so they need to make a decision soon. They've got their flank already in, and Doey manages to slip in though through flowers, and they are managing to make it all the way onto this point. They get the clean up onto Rons. Juxter is out of position though. He's on second. He has to use the supercharge out, and it's very much a disaster after the Uber as well. He's going to be super weak. He needs to get the hell out of there, and they're making their way back towards Bobby. The blue Uber is out from Doey, and they are managing to force them all the way back onto their last. No cap time on second though, so they can't really pressure this last point too much. The ×2 now coming down onto this point. Global Clan going to be moving in on the right-hand side, making their way in towards last. Just getting to get into space here. Mathis gets directed by Rons. He's going to get taken down eventually, though. Mathis killing himself with a rocket jump. The point is now open for capture. The second point went through. It's going to be Ixie coming in on this left-hand side, going to be moving towards Juxter. Just getting the frag onto Eames. Ixie is wreaking havoc on this enemy team now. Amrock is going to be desperately trying to defend this point against so many players. Doey's going to be second for the point. Amrock running up to it, can't defend it. Juxter's on it as well. And the rest of Ora Elektro getting taken down. That's going to be 4-1 for Global Clan.
I must give credit to Ixie and Flick. They're working so excellently in tandem. They're not allowing Rons and Azunis to get away with anything they would normally get away with. Every time they try and jump and make space, Rons is just getting chunked for 150 every single time. And we saw it again on that last. They just did such a stellar job of shutting down Ora Elektro in sort of the post of that fight. And really putting in a good shift for them as we see them pull ahead 4-1.
Let's see if Ora Elektro can make their way back into this game. Juxter getting weak again on this mid-fight. Every time they move around this side, Dagger's just on him. Walks up to him with a pipe to take him down. And now we're going to see the sack play coming in towards Doey. They just want to try and kill Doey as fast as they can. With the rest of Ora Elektro getting cleaned up here. Amrock going to just get taken down. Oh, Mathis! Beautiful rocket from him to take him down. Incredible stuff there coming up from Global Clan.
Yeah, 3 rounds down. Ora Elektro losing yet another mid. We've got Rons in behind, but he is hot on the sides of Global Clan, taken down really late. It's going to be incredibly awkward for Ora Elektro to even look to equalise this, let alone win this first map of the best of 3 here. But I can imagine they're going to have a good attempt, try and learn from their mistakes, just try and maximise sort of the quality of their game time here, try and sort of pick apart Global Clan EU and see what they have to do differently here.
We've got Amrock in, already just denying most of that Uber charge out. Doey does pop pretty early here. They haven't managed to get any damage down to the sentry gun. eventually taking it down. Nice healing coming out there. Oh, lovely rockets there from Azunis to take down Dagger. So no demo man inside Global Clan, but they are just sitting on this point. Flex is going to be trying to cap it out. They have got a soldier on that point, but they need more bodies on that point. They haven't got enough meat on this point to defend it, and Mathe's just going to walk on it, and that's going to be another round. 5-1. Looking like curtains here. Maybe Mercy Rule needs to be invoked with 6 minutes remaining on the clock. It's still technically doable, but it's a tall order.
Yeah, I think Global Clan EU at this stage, pretty comfortable they're going to win it. But I can imagine just for the moral victory, they're going to try and take it to round difference. Ora Elektro, I think, sort of resigning themselves to a defeat on this first map now. That last round really did just sort of seal it for them. There are 6.5 minutes left. It's not mathematically impossible, but Global Clan would have to drop a serious bollock for that to be the case.
Yeah, it looks like they're moving alright. On this left-hand side again, opting to go around the left. Ring around the Rosie is the name of the game. Ron's in with the bomb on towards Dagger, just forcing that demo man out of the mid-fight. Eames is, however, still at large, raining damage onto this blue team, which the bombs come in towards Juxta, and he does manage to survive very nicely here. He is still somehow alive, but Mathe is there. Going to be cleaning them up. They forced them all into a corner here. Eames trying to land the pipes, doesn't manage to get it. The arrow kill onto Eames. The pickaxe comes out to Amarok. Nemo is the last man standing in this cafe area. He's just going to make a coffee for himself and sit in here and die. So he is now dead. So the midpoint is going to be going towards Global Clan EU.
Yeah, Matez gets a nice pickaxe kill on the scout, drops the taunt. He knew he was going down. So Global Clan EU win yet another mid. I believe Ora have won just one of these mids so far, so really dominant out of Global Clan. We saw Ora in a bit of a sticky spot against Nerd Rage on Sunshine yesterday, so perhaps it's just not their map, not their day. But there is time. There are 2 more maps as well coming into this, so I'll have to see as Ora Elektro just scrambling for some last setup. We've just got to hope they don't get focus fired too hard by Global Clan as Neverman is juggled.
Dagger gets pinned to the ceiling there by the sentry gun. Oh, a lovely shot from Mathis onto Azunis, taking him down. Ron's going down as well. Just Nemo in the spawn door. Amarok's going to get cleaned up. Lovely focus fire coming out of Global Clan. Stickies are on point, getting knocked all over the place. They actually kill Flick with the stickies as they do cap out that point. That's going to be a 6-1. GG is the call from Azunis of the side of Ora Elektro, and that's going to be Global Clan picking up this first game in this best of 3. But we have got some logs on the screen for you, so you can see why Ora Elektro are going to have a rough time in this game. We are up onto Granary as our map number 2, Global Clan taking away the first map of Sunshine. So we're going to see what happens coming into this game, but I do believe that the best soldiers always win out when it comes to Granary, and for that reason, I do fancy me some Rons, and I do fancy me some Azunis. Those 2 soldiers are very, very, very powerful. But in comparison to Charlie and Mathes, who have been improving season on season, it's going to be a very close soldier matchup, in my opinion, as we are heading into our first map.
Yeah, of course.
Second map.
Yeah, Granary, not one so wildly studied as teams sort of shy away from it usually in the off season, as you'd imagine. They're they're cookie cutter maps. But we are seeing this first mid here. Of course, it's going to be all about the demo end at the start here.
Yeah, looks like Dagger's going to be eating an early sticky bomb there. Just going to be trading out here, but good damage on towards Eames. Eames gets super low, nearly in fact dies there to Dagger. The sticky bomb is coming over the top there. We do get the high bomb coming from Charlie. Nice little body bomb there onto Charlie, just to force him to that low ground. It's going to be Azunis getting pushed out this mid, but Juxta, the first one to die. The bomb comes in from Charlie and Mathis, and they are killing everyone. Amarok also going down. It's going to be Azunis and Nevo just trying to escape here, and they're just getting forced out this mid immediately.
It just looks like Global Clan are reading Ora Elektro like a book. I mean, credit to Mates, he's hit an excellent air shot onto Rons as he tried to sort of make a bit of room for his team, which he does so excellently normally. Ora Elektro resign themselves to a last hold, full Uber disadvantage. Global Clan definitely on the front foot, a position we saw them in a lot of times last time around on Sunshine. We'll have to see what their strategy, what their approach is as soon as it's just trading damage with Mates in this second point.
Looks like they're going to be popping out the 2, but on the left-hand side, Dagger takes down that sentry gun nice and early. Stickies are cleared on point, but Flick's going to be edging that one, forcing some rotations from the side of Ora Elektro, forcing them out of position here. The point is, once again, open for capture. Ixie is just standing on it. Meat shots him off the point. Eames gets absolutely destroyed, and that is going to be the first round already in 1 minute and 30 seconds to the side of Global Clan.
That's pretty quick. We know Granary in itself, like the rounds can be converted quite quickly if the sort of aggressing team manages to keep their medic up after the mid-fight. But they just did not look like they were in a sticky spot at all that round, Global Clan. So 2 minutes in, about to arrive at this second mid-fight now. Perhaps a slightly different approach from Ora Elektro because Global Clan just read them so well last time around.
Global Clan are going to be doing this left-hand side mid, moving all the way across the left-hand side, being mirrored by the side of Ora Elektro as well. So looking to play passive, but Amarok's already taken their crate off of them and goes all the way back as well. Charlie's going to be going for a full wraparound play. The bomb comes in though from Mathez, nearly gets some of Juxta, but Charlie there is going to be pressuring the pincer maneuver from the choke to take down Juxta. Dowie now going to be surfing and gets pinned against the wall, and Ron's manages to pick up that frag, so the medic does in fact go down. So now it's just going to be a DM fight for the ages. It's a 3v2, but Daggerland and the pipe onto Amarok is going to absolutely deny all the hopes and dreams of Ora Elektro coming back into this mid-fight. Nevo just going to be hanging out in garage, trying to poke and prod. He should probably just die now so he can get back for last or whatever they're going to be holding on. But no, he's going to be sticking around.
Trying to prod Global Clan EU on that point. He's just causing a bit of a ruckus. I'm not sure if this is the play. Perhaps just looking to harass Dowie on, as he rolls out, but it looks like he's been near completely bypassed here as he's sort of sidestepped the entirety of Global Clan EU. He is still behind. Ora Elektro are going to look to sort of contest mid here because Dowie did die pretty late here. They've got a little bit of an uber advantage, but sort of just stuck in on this yard area now.
Yeah, I don't know if they know that the Juxta... They probably know that Juxta spawned first because Dowie died a little bit later on. So they probably know the super advantage probably exists. So they're up to 90%. Dowie's only at 60%, so a nice 30% difference being built out here. But it looks like they're probably not going to be moving on it as they do take a trade here. Mathez and Ron's going to be dying to each other on that right-hand side there. And it looks like we're just going to see a little bit of a stalemate. Dowie's going to be finding a Zuba soon. Nevo currently in behind, but Global Clan now, they've realised there's only 4 players ahead of them. They're happy to take the super trade. Dagger's going to be walking in here on this right-hand side. Does eat some nice damage though from Eames. Actually gets taken down there. There was probably no call to use whatsoever, and it looks like Dowie's going to be looking to try and leave this rather than take this trade now. They do actually have to pop it out there as Flick gets meat shot in the forehead. Eames getting pressured super hard here. They are going to take the Uber out eventually on to the side of Global Clan's mid, and they are going to be pushing them all the way back. The Uber has faded from Global Clan. Nice rocket there from Bronze. Just hit. Oh my god, Charlie got absolutely denied by Eames, the sticky bomb to make him crater. That was an incredible play from him, and they are going to be able to capture this mid.
Yeah, I mean, I think Ora Elektro, with Nevo behind, I thought it was going to be a bit useless, but it turned out it was a real sleeve rager. He was just harassing Global Clan EU there, just distracting them just the right amount, doing 3 damage at a time. Managed to take down Mathez as well. And then the commitment in from his combo, whose survivability really did pull through for them there. Global Clan EU looking to tease their way into mid again. Azuna is very weak and Charlie making a lot of space.
Yeah, it looks like Global Clan managing to make these pushes basically out of nothing here. Amarok gets cleaned up as well in garage, and they're able to get this mid. When we played against Global Clan, we saw that they are very good at spotting weaknesses and holds and just push every opportunity that they can. If there's one player not watching a door correctly, they're busting that door. They are in, and they managed to get this through time and time again. And Dagger there overextended, gets dealt on by Eames, not clearing out this traps properly, and that is going to make them concede yard and maybe more.
Yes, so Ora Elektro, they know there's no sticky presence in this garage area, but Mathez, Charlie and Flick poised to try and get that force out nice and early, not allow Ora Elektro to get any space whatsoever, and Rons does trade with Charlie there as well. Mathez does come in with the counter.
Looks like they're just trying to pressure super hard, but Juxta's in a lovely, safe position, so it's going to be super hard for them to get any amount of force attempt onto him as the stalemate continues. 2 soldiers down, though. It's going to open up a bunch of opportunities with no splash classes. Azuna's just trying to get in on top of that crate there. Does manage to survive for quite a period of time there. 2 players fighting over a back as well on the other side of Ora Elektro, but they're going to be moving towards Dowie. Dowie out of position here. Does have to pop off that Uber charge for fear of dropping, and Eames gets flashed as well. It's a nice solo Uber here from Dowie, so his Uber's going to last a little bit longer. They've both faded relatively at the same time, and they're going to be just taking this even mid-fight here. Nice projectiles, though, coming out of Dagger. Manages to kill Zunis on that high ground. Amarok here on the bottom right-hand side is just going to get absolutely destroyed. It's going to be Juxta running away. Does get piped by Dagger. Manages to escape in towards Garage. He's just getting chased around by a soldier on the low ground. Charlie actually has the rockets loaded to take down Juxta there. One final rocket around the corners to clean him up as this fight is going to devolve. Now Nevo getting cleaned up. Even super weak. Is going to manage to get a pipe onto Charlie, but does die. Charlie's going to hit him with the taunt. The BM is out.
They're getting inside of their heads. Global Clan EU looking to roll with the momentum. Target is straight in on this last. The cap is converted. Amarok sort of beefs his jump but just can't get the point in time. That is unfortunate. A no contest on last there from Ora Elektro. Their spawn is just coming in a bit too late. No defensive off classes, and that round just slips out of their hand. There was nothing they could really do there.
Yeah, nothing at all that they can make happen here. We have got another mid-fight coming out here. They need to make something special happen in order to get these mid-fights going. I think a solid right-side mid where you literally just bomb and jump at them and just go balls to the walls on the mid-fight would do them justice to try and get some more momentum going in this game. Currently on the back foot in every situation, it seems like, as we're making our way into the next mid-fight, the third mid-fight of this game. 2-0 currently is Global Plan, as you mentioned. Charlie going to be taking Garage off of Azunis. Azunis getting super weak, does actually have to leave the mid down. No heals available for him. Mathers going to be taking that top left crate, creating some space for his team. The rest of Global Plan now going to be moving forwards, trying to get across this point here. And Charlie now making his flank all the way through in towards Eames, just spamming out those rockets, trying to get some damage down. But it looks like they are just toing and throwing, and Ora Elektro doing a really good job of just holding them back and managing to get that cap time down. They do get the capture through. Mathes still dead on the respawn, as they're going to be looking to probably send a sack here pretty sharpish.
Yeah, Ora Elektro, they were so weak, but they had that one player advantage, so Global Plan EU choosing to respect that, which you can't really fault them for. They are holding this yard area. It is equal Ubers. Matez is on the rollout as well, so going to look to take sort of an even fight here. Global Clan definitely on the front foot with 2 rounds advantage, but with 22 minutes left on the clock in this second map, it could go either way still.
Looks like we have got him just holding off that left-hand side there. Dagger's just going to be sticking up everywhere and everything that he can, trying to defend his areas against one bus that could come out from the side of Ora Elektro. Gonna just be healing up the rest of his team, looking for opportunities to sack now from the side of Ora Elektro. I think Azunis wants to do the skip bomb through the left-hand side. It's a pretty hard one to pull off, but they can try and make it happen. Mathis, in fact, going down, so it's going to open up some opportunities here. Ron's also trying to bust in, but Amron getting cleaned up there. Good damage on towards Ron as well. Nearly craters in Garage, and we're just going to have a bit of a reset.
Yeah, as you say, Azunis was trying to line up that bomb, but one thing he failed to identify was Flick. It's hard enough when nobody's there, but that man staring down his scattergun at you is the last thing I want to be dealing with. We know, especially on this second point, it's so tight. Getting sacks in is a really stuck place to be in, so you can imagine in these instances it's going to slow down a bit. You're going to just have to just wait for somebody to get impatient, somebody to make a mistake, and that's when either Global Clan or Ora are going to look to spree into action and capitalize off something.
Yeah, they need to try and find some areas here to get in. This is one of the classic stalemates. I mean, I remember many Granary maps where it's just been constant stalemates, especially in this area. It's so hard to sack. I feel like, okay, Charlie's done the right thing. He's gone onto Eames and taken him down there in Garage. That's the best thing that you can do, it feels like, in a lot of these situations. Getting those picks on towards Amrock and Eames. Going to open up loads of opportunities here now. Zuna's getting chucked in the skybox all the way down to his pack. Super weak there. Jug starts to pop out a supercharge, but so does Doey. Gets picked up in the air now. It's going to be weak on the post Uber, so he needs to be careful for when this Uber fades. He's got players all around him currently, and he's sitting on that point. They're just going to be healing out the rest of his team. We have got Nevo trying to come in behind, trying to take a 1v1 with Ixie, and we know how that works out. As looks like Amrock's going to be running in towards Doey and gets the kill. So very nice there from Amrock. Nevo's just going to be running in here, trying to find some extra frags. And they are looking like these scouts are going to get cleaned up on this mid-fight here. Oh, never mind! Kills Dagger. Incredible stuff there from Amrock.
Amarok and Nevo are so annoying. I'm a bit disgusted watching it. They get away with so much. They're constantly behind enemy lines, and they're just peppering. They're doing 30 damage at a time and taking nothing. And they have sort of delayed Global Clan long enough to get the bulk of their spawners up, and they again are in a very similar position of stalemating in this second yard area.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be once again stuck just on the other side. There is a slight Uber disad, but those will eventually even out because it's pretty hard to take an Uber in towards mid. It's such a long piece of ground to take those trades into, so you've just got to kind of bear with, take the stalemate, and hope something works out here. Both players still rocking the medigun. No one's opted to go for Kritzkrieg yet, which is interesting. I would have thought someone would have manned up a little bit, gone for the Kritzkrieg play, and potentially made some big plays happen to get them back in this game for Ora Elektro. 2-0 currently the scoreline.
Yeah, we saw yesterday Ora Elektro quite keen to pull up that Kritzkrieg, but on a map like this, you can see just how punishing Global Clan EU are whenever Ora Elektro try and take a bit of space. They're probably identifying that it's just going to get jerked down immediately as Charlie and Mattez do try and reach their way in through choke for a double sack. Get in a bit of damage onto Juxta, but not quite enough, so they're sitting 2 players down now. Ora Elektro looking to return.
Yeah, Global Clan are pretty dead set on these double sacks, just sending 2 soldiers in. They prefer to just send 2 soldiers and then take an Uber trade than do anything else. It seems to be their classic maneuver. So now they're taking this Uber trade on the mid-fight. The soldiers are getting their respawners. They need to play a little bit passive now and bait these players really far back, but Dowie, super far forwards, getting trapped in this corner here, needs to slip away, does manage to get back into Garage, and somehow manages to survive. Juxta way too far forwards, and does get cleaned up there by Dagger with a nice sticky there. Dowie, though, for some reason, walking back in and dies for it. Incredible gameplay from him, and it's going to be Amrock there dying as well in the Garage, going to be Flick, and Dagger just currently surviving, but Dagger, for some reason, wants to walk back in. He wants to take this fight. He's so aggressive.
Yeah, Flick. It looked like Dagger was trying to distract for Flick to get in, but Ron's just stares him in the face. It's with one rocket, takes him down near imminently. So, Ora Elektro in control of the mid now. Slight Uber advantage in the post of Dowie going down quite late in that team fight there. And Ora Elektro looking to take the yard that has been presented to the My Global clan. It's there, just setting up a bit of a fortitude in this lobby area.
Okay, Nevo's committed a no-no sin and has run up Lunchbox as a scout into a soldier. He died immediately. There was no contention. He is dead. I'm not sure why they sent Nevo up first. You should always send a 300 HP soldier up there first, and then you've got a much better contention. But anyway, looks like we're going to be holding back in yard now for the side of Ora Elektro. Finally on the front foot on the enemy side of the map. So going to be looking to try and make stuff happen here. Moving in towards this point now as they're going to be taking this trade on the point here. Stickies are out from Dagger, and Amrock super far in, just going to get cleaned up there. The Uber had already left, and Jerk's now going to be trying to juke and jive around all these players. Doing a really good job of surviving there. Eames lets the damage rip onto the enemy team. Charlie, they're going to be receiving an arrow from Dowie, but eats even more damage and gets cleaned up as he comes into Garage. Flick's going to be running in now, trying to get the trade off, and it looks like Azuna's getting in from behind eventually on towards Dowie. Doesn't really find that kill, and it's going to be Nevo also going down to the scan, going to Flick, so they're going to be able to take this midpoint eventually, it looks like.
Yeah, really solid out of Global Clan. They did an excellent job. They shut down Ora Elektro's attempts to sack into them. Some unfortunate missed rockets from Azunas as well, just sealed that deal, and they're looking to roll with the punches. Ron's getting picked off to Ora Elektro, backing out through this yard area as Global Clan looking to just convert this mid really easily. I must say, credit to Global Clan, they're really sort of putting on a game for us. Despite being rounds up, they're still going in for the double sacks. They're still trying to make stuff happen. They're still trying to make this sort of an exciting game, and we've avoided a lot more stalemates than I can imagine we should have, particularly to what you'd usually anticipate out of Ora Elektro.
Yeah, I get the feeling that we're going to see another patented Mapes Charlie sack. They're just going to chuck themselves in and see if they can't find anything. Also opting for no off passes. The advantage you have with Granary is a very flat map, so it's very easy to hit headshots. Because everyone's standing on the same level. We have got a little bit of a 1v1 in this left-hand side. No, never mind, it's a 2v2 now. We've got some ulti duo going on. Ron's getting cleaned up on the left-hand side there. Charlie is in, super weak. And it looks like they're both just going to die here. So it's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. Working out for the side of Ora Elektro. Now they're going to be able to bust in. They do lose Charlie, but they have still got Mathis still alive, so it's one splash class available. Nevo actually up on that sniper class now, like I mentioned before. Very flat ground, very easy to get things done, but Mathis going to be dropping on the head of Juxta.
No
Gets the drop! Massive damage in that area there. Mathis with the mega play. And that is going to open all of the doors for Global Clan. Eames is going to be cracking the whip and screaming at his team for letting that one happen.
Yeah, to quote Charlie TF, nobody checks the lamp. And that's exactly what happened there. Picks up the drop, gets Eames as well, and Global Clan EU just rolling with the momentum. Huge damage, 3 players up from Ora Elektro. It is a clean sweep there. 3 rounds up, Global Clan EU, 14 minutes remain in the second map. They did win the first one as well, pretty convincingly. And it looks like they're sort of pinned to do it again here.
It looks like Global Clan 3-0 up. I think if you're on the side of Ora Elektro, you've got to not let those feelings of dread seep into your team comms now, otherwise you have literally no chance of winning the game. When your mind is in the gutter, I feel like Global Clan are going to be starting to feel themselves here in this game. That mental warfare is going to be really coming into effect here in this game. Charlie's going to be trying to take Garage again, taking this 1v1 with Azunas. They just want to fight each other, and Azunas just jumps away and goes back into the mid, on towards this scout on the high ground, taking that crate away from him. Charlie's going to be trying to get on top of Juxta, but Juxta moving away on this left-hand side. Ron's also going to be doing the same thing. It's just going to be jumping away to his medic just to receive a little bit of heals there. Looks like no one has died yet. Dowie is super weak in this corner. He is 8 HP and he is a bit... Oh, Ron's lovely rocket there. Cleans up 2. Charlie waiting patiently for an arrow. Gets cleaned up there. Going to be Azunas going as well. Looks like Dag's going to be bombing in towards Juxta. Doesn't find it. Amrock there with a denial. It's going to be Mathis going in. Just craters to himself. And it's going to be a scout going in. Ixie dies. And that's going to be another... Well, a mid-fight going to Ora Elektro. Very good stuff from them.
Yeah, it looked like Ora Elektro just wanted to sort of feign to Global Clan EU, saying, "Oh, guys, don't bomb us. We're still in this corner. We're weak. Please don't push us." So Global Clan EU just jump on top of crate, start spamming them, and then Rons comes in behind and picks up some huge frags, dealing huge damage to them as well, and they're looking to get straight into last Ora Elektro now. Charlie gets the force off nice and early, so good ground taken by Ora Elektro, but no frags converted just yet.
It's going to be a bomb on towards Dowie as well. They do take down Dowie, so there's no heals out for the side of Global Clan. Juxta is still at large, so there are heals out for the side of Ora Elektro, but they lose everyone. There is no HP on the side of these Global Clan players. Juxta, take the DM fight, sir. Do it. Man mode. He's man moding.
Oh,
he's dead.
He nearly did it. He nearly did it. Flicked down to 9 HP. You got to give props to Juxta. Any other medic would have killed down there, but he's easier to put on a show.
Yeah, I appreciate that Juxta went in there. He just went for the all-out play. Up in 1 second as well. Does catch that respawner. Unfortunately, because he died later on, he does get that back spawn, so look on the back foot here. Dowie up to 25%, and it's going to be roughly around a 30% Uber advantage for the side of Global Clan. Going to be seeing what they want to do with this. They can't quite go into mid yet, however. If they try and go in just with the advantage that they have, they will find absolutely nothing get spammed in the door. So you need to wait for this Uber and see what they can do.
Yeah, we all know that Granary is one of those maps where you never get free space. There always has to be sort of a blood payment for it. So they're just looking to build this Uber charge up. They are 50% ahead of Ora Elektro. But Ora Elektro obviously going to be able to identify this and going to look to shut them down. Nevo is up on Sniper in this forward spawn as well, so looking to get some nice early picks off, and Charlie going down to the sticky trap of Eames. Does mean that Ora Elektro can slip out reasonably unscathed, only losing Rons in that instance, and Nevo is back on the scout as well.
Azunis. Azunis has gone all the way in behind. Looks like he's going for a back cap with the pain train. And they forced him out of mid somehow. Dagger eventually going to get cleaned up here in the garage. It looks like lovely arrow there from Dowie just to keep it alive. Azunis gets the back cap. He's going to be going all the way to last. MG Granary last has activated. Charlie and Azunis going to be taking the 1v1. Charlie with the spam below ground. Very disrespectful. Azunis crits on the point. Never mind.
Yeah, he was a bit too respectful though. He didn't go for the instant counter jump. Gets taken down by Charlie instead. So respectful Frenchies don't come out on top today, but Ora Elektro, in spite of the ground that Azunis made, is highly into last. They use their Uber charge. They're not managed to convert too many fractures yet. It is an even fight still. Health really not great out of Ora Elektro, so they are being pressured by the punishing focus fire of Global Clan EU.
Charlie also going down there. Azunis getting his revenge for that last fight. But they got so weak on the side of Global Clan. It's very close once again for the side of Ora Elektro. I'm very surprised they didn't take that one, as they're going to be making their way into second.
Yeah, Ora Elektro just made it too easy for Global Clan there. Well, so many numbers on last. They are trying to apply a bit of pressure into this second, just try and slow them down, make Global Clan a bit uncomfortable here, try and get that force off as they do have an advantage. And they are taking this yard area flick painfully weak. Is going to be sort of a bit slow in this fight, but they're going to take this free ground. Ron's in behind though for the sack.
Onto Dowie, does get the force. Blood for the Blood God, can't get him for free. Looks like they are managing to be able to go into this left yard here. Juxta now to 85% Uber. With this one-man advantage, they're going to be looking to bomb in towards Juxta, but Juxta sitting nice and safe inside of garage. Eames gets super weak, is going to receive an arrow though to survive, and it looks like they want to take this Uber back in. They are posturing very aggressively. Dowie could get caught here. Oh my god,
oh my god,
Eames! Gets the sticky stake in that choke, absolutely destroys everyone. Charlie going to get demolished here by Rons in the corner. And Mathis going to try and find something. Nice rocket onto Nevo. Nevo managed to survive. Great play there from Eames. That was massive.
The brain, the timing, the stickies, the triad of things that just completely disassembled Global Clan EU as they attempted to recede out of that mid. They are 3 players up. A couple spawners going to be with them shortly, so Ora Elektro going to have to look to make their mark, convert these frags nice and quick. No point pressure just yet, and the high ground very much in favour of Global Clan.
Ron's getting air shot there. Is going to need some heals, and he dies. He creates. Oh no, everyone else is dead. This is really sad, actually. Juxta on this left-hand side getting cleaned up as well. These pushes, they come in and they just crumble. The lack of focus fire is really hurting them here. They need to find some way back into this game. They're trying desperately with 8 minutes left on this clock here to try and make something happen, but they can't quite do it.
Yeah, really unfortunate. Ora Elektro just... They've been in this spot so many times where they've seemingly have all the cards in their hand, but they're just not converting things fast enough. The spawners come out of Global Clan and they just come out on top quite consistently here. So Global Clan trying to sort of make their way into mid. Ora Elektro going to have to concede at losing Amrock pretty early there. Not an ideal position to be in, so they've relegated themselves to a yard push, and Global Clan are actually taking a bit of space as well.
Yeah, they want to be able to cut them off here on this right-hand side yard. They're going to be moving all the way into Lunchbox. They're going to be W-king this Uber all the way through. Going to be pushing on this right-hand side, already onto the last point here. They're just taking all of the space and time. Eames gets cleaned up eventually by the scattergun of Flick. Ron's going to be walking all the way forwards here, just eating all of the damage. Big heals here coming out from Juxta in towards Ron's. Ron's needs an arrow, does collect that eventually as the cat goes through on that second point here. And Charlie getting cleaned up there by Ron's at the tail end of that fight. And it is going to be Juxta now coming up with this Uber charge, so we're going to see what they want to do back in towards second.
That was a really solid thought of Global Clan. They thought if they could sort of sneak in the flank side of second and try and get behind them for the Uber trade, it would be huge. But unfortunately, Ora Elektro just positioned a bit too far away. Mint, it was a bit tricky to get the frag on Eames, so they've not had to give up too much for it. It was a good attempt. Kind of you are sort of passive in this yard area now. Ora Elektro looking to return 20% advantage in hand as it stands.
Yeah, looking pretty solid for the side of Ora Elektro now as they get the force onto Doey, but they drop Eames. Unfortunately, they're to the pipes of Dagger, so they're going to be moving all the way back into yard, and they're aggressing super hard here. Dagger wants the bomb. He's in. It's decent damage. Gets the pipe out. Juxta's all alone with Nevo. Juxta goes in for the floor on Doey's forehead. I can appreciate that play. And Nevo here just going to be the last man standing. One scout in Granary is nothing compared to Flick's killing spree that he's now on. As they get the capture on second, going to be moving on towards last now. Going to be looking for this final capture. Eames now just in the spawn door is just going to be, oh, lovely 2-5 onto Mathis, but they are just going to on the point and cap it out. That's 4-0.
Again, very similar position we saw Ora Elektro in last map. 4 rounds down, sort of a near impossible length of time left. We know how fast the rounds on Granary can be, but 4 rounds in this quicker succession is gonna be a bit of a tall order here.
Looks like Eames is going to be making his way into another mid-fight. They're going to be feeling the pressure now against Global Clan EU. Going to be chucking out some stickies on towards that pack. Eames did manage to get in first, so he's sticking off a large amount of area, but deaths very prematurely, so unfortunately they're not going to be able to pick up any amount of damage on towards Dagger. And it's going to be looking like a bomb coming in from Ron's in towards Charlie. They just want to take him down pretty much immediately. Charlie getting chunked to the low ground, but it's going to be Ron's going down first. Flick also dying there. Azunis on the right-hand side getting super weak, going to be pressured all the way back. Amrock's going to require an error as well. Looks like Math is now going to be going for a sack attempt as the rest of Global Clan EU very content of leaving this mid-fight. Eames just pressuring all the way forward. It's going to be sticking out as much space as he can for his team.
Yeah, pretty solid out of Ora. They know they have to play aggressively. They know how they have to play to sort of shut down Doey. They didn't quite manage it that mid, so it's going to have to be a trade on this second with Matez still down. Juxta very weak, nearly did drop there, but Eames getting pursued by Ixie.
Oh, he does get a flash eventually though, but this is a much better Uber for the blue team. It only just fades, and they did pop out first as well, so nice trade there from them. They're just going to be fighting in this corner using their 2 scouts to the full advantage as the rest of the flank of Ora Elektro have been dispatched, but it's going to be Ixie and Doey dying to a lovely sticky scattergun combo coming out from Eames and Amarok, and they do manage to clear up as many people as they can. Mathez and Flick though in behind, going for a pincer maneuver onto the point. Good damage from Mathez. It's down. They find Juxta and Amarok. And they're going to find Eames here as well on the floor. Ron's going down as well. Lovely maneuver there from Flick and Mathez.
Yeah, we know in these situations, when you're this many rounds up, when the game is very much yours to lose for Global Clan EU, you can just sort of just delay them and just maximize your chances of ticking that timer down, using the round advantage, letting them speak for themselves, and just put Ora Elektro in some really uncomfortable spots.
Incredible stuff here coming out from the side of Global Clan EU, looking very solid in this game. Setting them up for what looks like a very positive series, probably coming into the next one here. Not calling it too early, but there is 4 minutes left on the clock, so Ora Elektro need to get their butts moving if they're going to make anything happen here. Okay, he does die eventually in the background. Azunis there, just going to be cheeky, hiding in the background. It doesn't manage to kill Mathes, so that's 1 pick for them. But Doey has a 100% Uber, holding yard. Ron's desperately trying to go in here. Eames going as well. Doey does get sticky sync, but manages to pop out that Uber just before the sticky kills him. And Doey is all the way forwards here. Looks like it's slightly better Uber for the blue team. They do roughly fade at the same time. And there's going to be a bomb coming in here from Charlie in towards Eames. Juxta getting cleaned up. Eames getting cleaned up as well. Amarok also in this corner, dying. That's going to be 3 minutes 30 left on the clock. It's 4-0 to Global Clan EU, and that looks like it's curtains now.
Yeah, 3 minutes 30, 4 rounds down. It's gone from being mathematically possible but unlikely to being mathematically impossible now. 4 rounds, 3 minutes. It's just never going to happen. We can see Global Clan just really punishing with their momentum really consistently. They really shone through in the team fights both on this map and Sunshine, and that's exactly why we're seeing the round difference we are here. It just looked like Ora Elektro were never allowed to play their game. They were never allowed to get comfortable, and Global Clan obviously very well thought out to pick this as their map.
Yeah, looks like Doe's going to be moving on this left-hand side on towards Rons. They do manage to deal quite a bit of damage to him, but Rons is moving. She gets spiked by Dagger and cleaned up there, and looks like they're going to be moving in towards this left-hand side. Yard Jugs are getting pinged in the air by Charlie as well. He's managed to serve him to a decent position though. Okay, this is good. This is fine. He gets it there. Oh, never mind. He's dropped down. He wants to go in towards mid now. The desperation plays coming out the side of Ora Elektro now. They just want to get at least one round on the board. They're doing the desperation round, so we're going to see this one through here. They're going to be capping up this point from under their noses and managing to get some cap time down. The scout runs in towards Juxta. Good that. Now he actually forced out the Uber. Ixie is insane.
Juxta, he's missed a movement. He was bobbing and weaving. He had the snake hips, but the scout was just too much for him. He pops on 75. Perhaps, you know, a bit of risk management would say, you know, you sort of want to preserve that, particularly if you have to roll with a bit of momentum if you want to convert around here. So they are going to be sitting on a pretty big disadvantage here with 3 players going down for Ora.
And then they pop out the supercharge. They managed to kill 4 players there. 3 players in tandem. Dagger goes down, however, to a sticky trap from Eames. And looks like they're going to be trying to back out of this garage area. Juxta now getting caught in. Does manage to juke a lot of the damage though. Eventually getting cleaned up by a nice rocket from Charlie. Also going to be Eames here getting 1v1 by Flick. The bottle comes out. Good damage. And actually manages to die.
I'm a rock.
Oh, it gets 60! Beautiful. Kill the carry. That's the way it goes.
Oh dear. It looks like Juxta's just sort of overcommitting to these points just so he can surf out and show off. Pretty excited to see that throughout Prem next season as well, having recently qualified. He is going to make his debut this time around, so should be an exciting one. Global Clan EU, they have got mid control. There is a minute left on the clock. It is very much feasible with their Uber advantage as well that they can sort to convert yet another round, but as soon as it is up on the direct hit,
the damage on the Flick was nuts. He just like hit him in the forehead, down on 1 HP, gets cleaned up with a scattergun in the long range. That's incredible. The direct miss, also known as he missed 3 rockets prior to hitting that 1 rocket. Matt's going down there in Lunchbox. 30 seconds remaining on the clock. Juxta getting bombed. And Charlie goes down there. Juxta nearly dies to an arrow from Doey there, so I think Doey's going to be cheeky and try to find this kill. Dagger, in fact, wants to find the kill and kills him. So there's another death on the logs there for Juxta, and Doey deserves another one as well, so he goes down also.
Yeah, exactly the sort of game state you'd expect at this point in the game. 15 seconds left to tick down. I'm ready to sign this off as dead time.
Yeah, this is GG. So GG has been called by the side of Ora Elektro. It's going to be 4-0 as the final scoreline. Global Clan EU going to be moving on. Ora Elektro are going to be knocked out of the tournament for GGtoor locked and loaded number 2, day 2 of the quarterfinals. We do have some logs that we can take a look at. So, one thing that stands out to me, I don't know if it was the glitch on Pipe or not, but Mathers got 21 air shots. So, yeah, it looks like we did have a resolution in the other side of the bracket, though. So, we've got Nerd Rage versus Feint. Really, really good game to watch. Then on the other side of the bracket, we've got 4 Frenchies and Global Clan EU. So,
should be a good one to watch. And, of course, both of the losers of the semi will go to a 3rd place final. It should also be a good one. But all 4 teams that have progressed here, looking pretty solid, and it should be a good apex to the day of this, what has been a very excellent tournament so far.
Get your hats now while you can. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for tuning into this game. We'll be back shortly with more TF2 action, so don't go anywhere.
Cheers, gang.